Okay. If you have teammates that should be here, okay, please let them know that we are going to get started. Okay. So as independent consultants, we we're going to let people know that we help families in different options. So this is the way it's gonna be. Let me see here. Let me share screens here with you. Okay, so here we go. We have more people accessing here. So here is the back office. Okay, so first of all, I want to let you know, like in the back office, let me see. I'm gonna mute you guys here on my end. Let me see here. If you have questions, please raise your hand and we'll help you with that. Let's see here. Participants, here you are. And you guys are muted. Okay, perfect. All right. So so here we go. Now, um, this is your back office, what you see here. Let me just put these windows here on the side. Okay, and okay. So what you see here is just a let me see here. Let me show you a sample. Okay, this is a sample of a back office. Okay, you should see your name here in the top right corner. Okay, so that's why you see this name right here. This is just for training purposes. Okay, this is all right. So the very first thing that you will find in your back office is the independent consultant invitation link. This is the link that you send to somebody that you want to invite to the business. But this is a step number 2, because what is a step number 1? Let me see. Let's make this more interactive. Who can remember what is a step number 1 when you want to invite somebody to the business? Anybody? Please unmute your mic. Remember this, okay? Alfredo.
Yeah, you got to get your the person name and email.
That is correct. Okay. Yes, you will get the person's name and email to invite them, okay, to be in your team. And then there is something else that that person needs to do first. Or let's say if you are inviting somebody, then you have to set an appointment with that person. You show the presentation, and then that person has to purchase their
Membership.
membership from you, the sponsor. Okay, the membership. Okay, and that's the only investment, by the way, in Assure for Life. So here, once the person, let's say, acquires their membership, then here is where you, okay, who is going to invite that person, you access your back office. Again, the very first thing that you see is this invitation link. You will input the person's name. As an example, I am going to use my name. Let's say this is you inviting me to the business, right? So this is pretty simple. You put name, last name, and then that person's email address. And then you just, here, there is an opportunity. If that person wants to get this message in Spanish or English, okay, it's right here. All right. So once you click the send button, okay, since in this example, you're inviting me, and then I am gonna go to my email, right? I'm going to refresh the email, and then here is the invitation link. If you see it, it's the first one here, right? So the person clicks on the link, they get this Assure for Life invitation link. That's the subject. And then they just have to click here, register. See, pretty simple, right? And then they just have to follow the steps. On this window that shows here, your name will show here. And that's how the person that you invite is going to confirm that you are inviting them. All right, this is just a confirmation. They're supposed to say yes. And then they just have to follow these 7 steps, simple steps here. Okay, so the system is going to guide them. Most people are going to register as an individual, okay? And or if that person has a corporation, then there is an option here for corporation. Remember, it's for tax purposes, okay? That the person can have tax advantages if they sign up as a corporation. All right. The commissions are the same. Everything else is going to be the same. All right. Then they just have to click the next button, and here is where they start the process to register as a consultant. The tax ID number is the social security number. Okay, no dashes, no spaces. Okay, just the digits. And then they have to complete the rest of the information here, like primary phone number, alternate phone number. This is, this is optional. Address, city, state, and zip code. Okay, and then here they would hit click on to validate the social security number. Okay, and that's where they are gonna this is like the company uses a third party to validate the social security number. Okay, and they just have to follow the instructions and complete all these steps here. See, the next step is gonna be the bank information, the agreements. Okay, the person will get an email where they have to sign electronically, and then they sign. See, the attachments is the documents, right, that they sign. And then step number 7 is get certified. Right, pretty simple, right? After that person completes the certification, that consultant is ready to start writing sales. Okay, so any questions in reference to the sequence on how to invite somebody and the steps for that person to start writing sales? Any questions? No questions? All right. Now we're gonna go to the I'm gonna go back here to the back office. Okay. I'm gonna close this window here. Then we're gonna go to the back office again. All right. And then here on the menu on the left, remember, if you watch this on a big screen like a laptop or uh, yeah, laptop or any computer, then you will see the full menu right here. All right. So let's explore these options here, right? Here reads contracts, and this is where you start writing a contract. You click contracts, new contract, and this is what you will see. All right. You basically start like filling in these fields here. All right. And then um, the system then will guide you to the third page where you will send a link to the client. And then the client, wherever the client is at in 48 states, the client will get a payment link. Okay. Basically, they sign and pay. Is that simple? All right. If you want to see the contracts that you have written, then you would click on contracts list. And then here is an option where you can search by date. Notice that it's highlighted because you have to use these calendars here to find your applications. All right. Because this is a sample back office, that's why you don't see anything here. But whenever you have contracts, you will see these these columns here, these rows completed here with the person's the person's name, the date in which it was created, last name, consultant, total sale frequency. This column here, status, is where you, let's say, check if a client already signed and paid, okay, that application. All right. Please remember that as soon as you send a link to a client, please guide them, okay, through the process for them to sign and pay. There is a video. If we have time, I'll show you where to find the video where you can watch every step of the, in which the client has to sign and pay. Okay. So as soon as the client gets a payment notification that is successful, then you have to come back here to your back office. And please don't forget to refresh the page so the status column, shows the correct status, all right, of that plan. Remember that if there is a mistake, then you will see a pencil on the right for you to go back to that same application and make corrections. The video that I'm talking about goes over like 3 or 4 different examples to make corrections. Okay. So there is another option here on the menu, pending contracts. These are just, like funny contracts here. Remember, this is a practice back office. And then you have all these contracts. Let me see if somebody else. Okay, good. You will see your pending contracts here. These are contracts that for whatever reason have not been completed. All right. So as an example, if you start an application and for whatever reason the client is not ready to continue, then it will be saved right here. And then once you come back, you just find the person by the name, and then you click on the pencil on the right, and it will take you right to that particular application. So you can complete it. All right. So on the menu, you also have deactivated contracts. These are contracts that for whatever reason the client stopped paying for whatever reason. That's not common, but if that's the case, this is the section where you will find those contracts. A lot of times people change debit or credit card numbers, especially when they expire, right? And then the company is not able to continue with making those withdrawals, right? And then we have to help, contacting that client just to update the payment information. If you have a contract that has any issues, then this is where you will find contracts with any issues, okay? Like here you see open issues, see, like deactivated contracts, closed issues. If something was solved, it will show right here. So you have a reference. And then if you want to check your commissions, very important, where to check your commissions? Here in the reports section. When you click reports, you will see commissions. See, this is where you find whether you got paid or not, okay, on how and when you got paid. All right. You will see periods of 2 weeks. Okay, as an example, here on the right you will see an eye. So what that means is that you will click on the eye is just to see, the commissions. Right, there is a full view option right here, and then you will see all these different options for you to see your commissions. And if you need to download your statements, then there is an option here, okay, for you to download this arrow pointing down here to download. All right. And then here is the status column, meaning this is ready, meaning that was already paid, and it's ready for you to either download or see that statement. Okay. And then you also have the consultant resources, and we're not going to go over this now. See, when you click on consultant resources, this is where you find all the presentations, videos, okay, that you will need to show to your clients. Okay, so in most cases, you would these windows always pop up. Okay, it's just about the bonuses and the fact that we have to let's say there are people involved in scams, so that's why you got to make sure that in Assure for Life, consultants do not have to pay anything else but their own membership. All right. Some people started, charging people to become invite people to become Assure for Life consultants, but then they were charging, I don't know what amount of money, but it was a scam. That's why there is that option right there. When you click on the resources, then you will find a lot of trainings here for you, like these trainings that are recorded for you, different topics. This is the app tutorial that I always recommend you to watch. When you watch especially the second part of this video, see, I am gonna play just here quickly.
Welcome to a new micro training with Assure for Life.
Let me just lower the
First
volume
part
here
of this training will be
so
the
you have an
instruction.
idea. See, the first part is how to complete the application, and this is pretty self-explanatory. Okay, nothing complicated with that. But if you forward the video to the second part, and here it is, this is the part when you send the payment link to the clients. So you can actually see the entire process. As an example, right here, the client is reviewing their email, and this is how it looks like. If you have never seen, if you're new, this is what clients see once you send them the link. If you notice, I'm gonna go back a little bit here. So you're able to see that the client gets these two credentials. See their contract ID number. The contracts always start with the letters FL and then 5 digits, and then a temporary password. They have to copy these credentials and paste it here in this other link that reads customer@sureforlife.com. All right, then they come back and they copy the password, and then that's how they access their own portal. Yes, clients do have a portal here. These are the credentials. Clients may always go back and change that temporary password at any time. That's how they are able to see their own contract at any time. Digital contract, of course. Okay. Nowadays, most people do not want more paper at home. All right. So that's how, if we continue the video here, okay, the client then will see that this is what the clients see. Okay. See, they have to paste the contract number and the password. See, this is what is showing right now. All right. See, they're showing how to copy, and pasting the contract number, and then they have to go back and do the same thing with the password. Something very simple. All right. Once they access, then they're going to have an opportunity to review their own contract. See, this is exactly how the client gets the contract. See, so this is the contract. Remember, this is just a sample contract, but this is exactly what the client will see. And they have the opportunity to review the contract. As you can see here, client may review their contract. They have the opportunity to review their, making sure that the names and dates of birth are correct. If a correction needs to be made, then the video will show you how to make the corrections. Like, see, at this point, the consultant is going back to their back office. Notice that this is what they have to do. See, basically going back to the same application, making the corrections, and then you have to send a new link to the client. If you make a correction, you have to send a new link to the client. Please make sure that the client logs out before they log into before they use the new link. Okay, and this is what the video is showing here. Okay, you have to click Save My New Version. Remember, this is an example on how to correct a mistake. That's why the video might be a little bit long, is because it shows, see, the client has to log out, okay, and then go back to the email and get the credentials and the new password. Every time you send a new link to the client, okay, they get a new password, okay? So this is how it looks like. And if you notice, the next step is just to close this window and then click on here where it reads sign, okay? Okay, I'm gonna move this forward. The client has to, let me see here. The client has to check all these boxes, all right? They will, this is the actual contract with their initials, okay? They have to complete these boxes, or check these boxes, I should say. And then they have to print their name and last name above this rectangle here, and then they sign. Right? Pretty simple. This is a confirmation of the payment, right? It will show there. Remember that before you send the link, you have to select whether the client wants to pay 3, 6, or 12 months, okay? And how they're gonna make payments after the initial payment. You have to complete that. In the future, I'll give you a heads up, okay? In the future, check this out. We will have, all consultants will have a QR code for you to send to the client, and then the client does everything, so you don't have to. How is that? Okay, remember, in the future, we don't know how soon, but the company is working on that. All right. So then the client has to input their payment information. Keep in mind that the payer must be any of the members. Nobody outside that group may make the payment. Okay, it's either the primary member or any of the other members. Okay, they input the payment information, and then they have to get this. This is what they see when the payment goes through. They get this notification, that the payment was successful. All right, and after this is where you, as a consultant, then go back to your back office, refresh the page before you check the status of that application. Okay, and what you want to see is that status to read subscribed. That's how you know the client signed and paid. Okay, at the point when the client signs, then if you go to your back office, then it's going to change the status to signed. All right, and then after the client gets this successful notification, then that's where you go back to your back office and just basically make sure that everything was completed. All right. So then a lot of people, somehow, you want to, if you see, you want to learn this, so you want to guide your client, because not everyone is going to be able to, like to go through all these steps, especially the elderly. Sometimes, might need some help. See, this is what I was saying, that in this case, the client decided to make, let's say, quarterly payments. See, that's why you see $210 here, which correspond to the $70 times 3 is $210. This is a special rate state example. All right. So plus a one-time $30 enrollment fee, the total initial charge is $240. Okay. So the client accepts that, and this is what they get. See. Then the client's name will show right here instead of SATA test, right? And then they will see these important numbers, like, and information like what to do when a member passes. All right. They have to call our funeral emergency line, not a funeral home. Okay. And then know your benefits. And here are details for the benefits, the funeral emergency line. Everything is going to be here. Please make sure that the client reviews all this, because it's to your advantage to educate the client, like what to do. Like as an example, whenever you lose a member, you have to call the company, our funeral emergency line, which is available 24/7. All right. Otherwise, they might call you like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. All right. So great. Any questions in reference to how to complete the application? No questions? All right. We only have like 3 more minutes to go. All right. Just in case, if you have any questions, all right, I am going to then stop the video here. And then please, here is where you find, going back to the resources, you find all these presentations here. Okay. See, like the rates. This is where you find the rates. Okay. You also find the rates in the consultant's manual, but this is something that especially the new consultants ask a lot. That's why there is just a simple presentation for the rates. This is where you find them. Okay, and this is the presentation that you read to the client. Okay, the general presentation. This one is downloadable. If you see the sign right here, okay, you may download it. Okay, some presentations are not. Okay, that's just the company wants to keep it like that. All right. Here is the growth plan presentation, the compensation plan. It's right here. If you want to review it, you're always welcome to. And we encourage you to review this information, because we get a lot of calls, okay, from consultants asking questions, and the answer is right here. And sometimes, it's like you have to know where to find the information. That's why this training is, that's what this training is all about. So this is where you find like all the information, how to get promoted to upper levels. All the requirements are right here. Residual income, how the company pays commission, all that good stuff. Going back to the resources, and we have like a couple more minutes to go here. Okay, unless you have questions, please let me know. Then we have also the funeral, the manual, see, for family consultants. This is where you find the other information like the waiting periods, the 4 pre-existing conditions, all right? This is where you find them, see? The, you know, the all the services that we provide, okay, are right here. And this is what I was talking about, close, see, waiting periods and pre-existing conditions. This is where you find them in the consultant's manual. All right. The rates are also part of the consultant manual. This is like the Bible for you guys. All right. For all of us. All right. Rates condition in case you have members who live in different states. Okay. The good thing is that your back office will guide you. Okay. And will show you the correct rate, whether it's for one person or two or a group of 3 to 7 members. All right. So any final questions before we end the meeting? I have another meeting, okay, in a couple of minutes in Spanish. Gotta get ready for that. Any questions? Final questions? All right, ladies and gents, thank you very much for your participation. And remember, we offer these trainings every week. All right, every week at the same time. Make sure that your teammates are part of that WhatsApp chat for them to get notifications for these important trainings. So thank you very much for your participation, and I'll see you guys in the next meeting. Goodbye, everyone.